continuation to our unit column, let us discuss the Euler's theory. In Euler's theory, columns and struts which fail by buckling may be analyzed by Euler's theory. So, Euler theory is applicable to columns and struts which fail due to buckling. There are some assumptions which are considered in Euler's theory. The first assumption is column is initially straight. We assume that the column is straight. Second assumption is the cross section is uniform throughout. There is uniformity in cross section throughout the length of column. Third point is the line of thrust coincides exactly with the axis of the column. We assume that line of thrust and axis of the column is coinciding. Fourth is the material is homogeneous and isotropic. There is isotropy and homogeneity in the material what we have used. The shortening of column due to axial compression is negligible. In this we considered the long column because it is not considering the shortening of column which are due to axial load. It is only considering the column which fails due to buckling. In Euler's theory, these are the assumptions what we have gone through. And in Euler's theory, we study a column with respect to the ends. There are 4 categories of ends. In first category, the both ends of the column are considered as hinged. Here is a column AB. This is the column AB in which the axial load P is applied. This is, we say, the length of the column which is denoted by small l. As we know that compressive load is applied, in the nature of load is compressive in the column, so at end A and at another end O, the compressive load is applied at both the ends. This is P and this is also P. Now let us consider some section YY at a distance of small x from O. In bending stresses, we learn that EI d2 by dx square is the denomination of bending stress. Is denomination of moment. So EI d2 dx square is equal to the moment that is denoted by capital M. Here at a distance of small x, the YY section moment will be the load P multiplied by the distance. This distance is Y. At a distance of small x, this distance is Y. As we know that the moment is load multiplied by the perpendicular distance, so minus P is the load and Y is the perpendicular distance. So minus P into Y will be the bending moment. This is denoted by this. The equation can be written as d2 square x upon dx square plus alpha square y is equal to 0. So alpha square is equal to P by E. This equation form EI d2y by dx square equal to minus p by. The solution for the above equation is a sin alpha x plus b cos alpha x. At O, x is the value of x is 0 and the value of y is 0. So it is 0. The value of b is 0. At x is equal to L, y is also 0, then a sin alpha L is 0. If a is 0, y is 0 for all the values of load, there is no bending. Sin alpha L, here we have seen it as 0. Alpha L is 0 at pi, so alpha will be equal to pi by L. Euler crippling theory या load PE is equal to alpha square EI is equal to pi square EI by L square. This is the first condition of loading when both the end of column are hinged. So the amount of crippling load due to Euler theory or Euler's crippling load is equal to pi square EI by L square. This.